Welcome. This is going to be a short video representation or a short video review about INNOmount. Inno is a company in Germany which produces Inno gun rifles. The rifles are the main product, but they also have a line of Inno mounts. These mounts have some basic feature. They're all monoblock mounts. That means that you have a monoblock with two rings or for rail mounting. So you always have a monoblock, not two separate rings or separate mounting pieces. They have a very innovative system of locking. You can see it here. So you can set these two claws to grab, in this case 12mm dovetail on drop barrel mounts, always with the same force. That means that these mounts are always resettable back to zero. You don't lose zero when you remove the scope with the mount, and then when you reattach it you always have the same zero. And it's also, this locking system is very slick. It's very innovative. I think it's one of the best systems on the market. There are others, but this one is unique in its design. Inno mounts, these monoblock mounts, are currently available for 8 different rifles. That means they're available for their Inno gun rifles. They're available for Picatinny and Weaver rails, for all the rifles which have Picatinny and Weaver rail on the action. You can see this mount here. It's also resettable back to zero. You only have to attach the mount always at the same place, and the recoil stop has to be in the same cross line or cross slot of the Picatinny rail. Then they have a Tikka model of mounts. We don't have it here. Then they have a CZ 550 model. Then Sauer 303 semi-automatic rifle. This one is this. And they have a Blaser mount for all Blaser rifles. You can see this mount here. This one is for Blaser. The system always works the same. You set the correct force for the locking mechanism. Then if you want to remove the mount, you have to push this button inside so that the lock on the other side is disengaged. Then when you mount the scope back, you just lock the system back in position. Then they also have a Merkel mount. This one is for Merkel rifles, similar like to Blaser. And they also have a 12 or 11mm prismatic mount for the dovetail, which can be found on many European drop barrel rifles, like Steyr Duet or a lot of Italian combination rifles, which have over and under barrels. Now, the system for locking is the same on all of these mounts, but then you can choose among different rings. You can choose among 26mm rings, and you always have 3 different heights of rings. Like this one are medium, this one are 26 low, and then you also have a high version for every rings. You can choose between 26mm rings, 30mm rings, or 34mm rings, and always in 3 different heights. So you can always choose the right height and the right diameter for your scope. In general, there is a rule that you choose the lowest rings for scopes with a lens diameter up to 42mm. Medium high rings you choose for scopes with 50mm objective lens, and high rings like this you have to choose for scopes which have a 56 or even 60 or 72mm objective lens. INNOmount is also available for older rifles with a size VM-ZM rail or Swarovski SR rail or other rails like Schmidt & Bender Convex or also traditional LM rail. So you have a lot of different combinations. You have different heights of rings, different diameter of rings, and then you have for all different rails. So for these standard rifles, you can mount any kind of scope you wish with an INNOmount. The main advantages of these mounts are robustness. They're all made out of single block of high quality aluminum. The locking mechanism parts are made out of steel, so there is no wear, and you can trust these mounts for a really high number of disattaching and attaching scopes to the rifles without any change of zero. The other advantage is the modularity. You can always choose the appropriate ring diameter and ring height, so you can choose any kind of scope for mounting. And of course, the last but not least, the high build quality of these mounts is also a big advantage. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to get more information about INNOmount, you can click the link below and visit our webpage. There you can find all technical information and other details. Thank you for watching.